Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Nettie here. A couple of days ago I did a request out for a Q&A on my Instagram, and for those that aren't connected to my Instagram, it is Nettie's World for you. So go over there and subscribe if you haven't already. But for those that did ask questions, I have a whole list of them here and I'm going to answer them. So, but before I do, just a special announcement for the next week. We have a really exciting YouTube Secret Santa collaboration, and there's about 16 of us that are all collabing together, and we are going to do our unboxings all on the same day. So we're really excited. It's been a lot of fun, and it's just a great group of ladies. So be watching out for that on the 17th of December. Okay, and there'll be 16 videos for you to watch, and you'll see who was my Secret Santa and who got me as their Secret Santa. Anyways, let's dive into these questions because it's probably going to be, there's about 24 of them. I didn't expect that many, but here we go. So from LL Nut, and some of these names I know I'm going to butcher, so I'm excusing myself up front. But she asks, what's your favorite holiday tradition? Well, Bob and I have quite a few. We love to, go to specific places every year. We go to Smithville to see the Christmas lights and go and have lunch. And we also, every, year, probably about a week before Christmas, everybody has their lights up in the town where we live, and we go driving around in the evening to look out and check out everybody's lights, and then we go usually downtown to Philadelphia and we check out all the lights down there. So those are just some of the traditions that we always have. Rachel Rock 1977 asks, do you open a present on Christmas Eve? Well, growing up, we always used to, but since my kids aren't living with me anymore and they're all grown up, Bob and I just wait until Christmas morning. So no, I don't open them anymore. Question from Ralston Joseph, my dear friend Ralston. He asks, do you plan the whole year to buy yourself something for Christmas, or do you buy it in the moment? Well, normally, I don't. I think it's more of the moment. Bob always asks me, what do you want ahead of time? But, throughout the whole year, we're always buying ourselves stuff. So Christmas is usually very low-keyed, and we just get each other just a couple of little things because we buy ourselves everything during the year. Sally Sparkle asks, do you have turkey or do you cook a goose? Oh my gosh, turkey. Always turkey on Christmas. And, what about you guys? Who cooks a goose out there? I know it's a very British tradition, but I don't know what other traditions people have around the world. I know in Mexico we do a fish for Christmas. Instead of a turkey, they cook fish. Which I found very strange when I spent a couple of Christmases in Mexico City with my family there, and I was like, oh, fish. I was like, okay, this is different. I was a lot younger, so probably not that diplomatic. So the next question is from Have Louis Will Travel, my dear friend Laura. What are your best and worst luxury purchases of 2016, and what is in your wish list for the new year? Well, the first question, I was thinking, what did I buy this year? And I have to say, I think my best purchase was my, Palm Springs Mini, and I use it all the time, and I'm just so in love with that bag. And the close second is my Valentino Rock Stud Flats. They have to be my next item, and so those two things really stand out. And and my square Chanel Mini, can't forget that. That's another item. So I did some really good purchases this year. And for my failures or my worst luxury purchases, I did such a good job this year with really buying things that I just really loved, and I don't have any failures. I look through everything that I purchased this year, and I must say, everything that I bought I am using, and I just really made sure that I really picked things that I really love this year and tried to stick to that. So nothing there. What's my wish list for next year? Oh, I'm really saving hard. I want to, I want to travel next year. So I'm really trying to be good and not spend any money. But I do have a Chanel backpack on my wish list. So, and of course I'm saving for the gold bag. I would love to get a Birkin or a Kelly, and I'm kind of still trying to decide. So I'm putting money away from that, and I'm trying not to spend on a lot of little things that, I just really don't think I need right now. So those are on my wish list for next year. Snape HBP, my dear friend Sam, she asks, any place you hope to travel in 2017? And then the second question is, any bags and shoes you hope to add in 2017? She goes, hi Nettie. Hi Sam. Any places? Yes, I really want to go back to London next year, and hopefully you'll join me. We'll go see Harry Potter, the big Harry Potter place there that they have. And then any bags and shoes? Well, I just answered the Chanel backpack I'd really love. And I would love to add another pair of, I think, Valentino rock stud flats to my collection in a bright red color, or maybe a pink, or the blush color. Either of those three, one of them. So that's what I have in store for next year. The next question is from InQ Squeen. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly. They ask, why did you move to the U.S.? I moved to the U.S. Mainly because of Bob. We met, and he lived here in the States. I lived in Canada, and I didn't want to have a long-distance relationship, so off I came here to the U.S. Oh, and the same person put another comment. She said, love your channel, by the way. Thank you very much. The next question is from Bliss_XX1752. They say, hi Nettie, love your YouTube channel. Thank you very much. My question would be, would you ever consider paying well over retail price, over $1,000, or UK currency about £1,000 for a bag that isn't available so easily, such as the Caviar Boy or Mini? Or would you move and find an alternative? Well, if I really love a bag and I fixate on it, I will move heaven and earth to get the one that I want, and I will wait until I get the one I want. Even if I have to buy it pre-loved, because if I'm really trying to stick to the things that I think I really love and I really want, and will suit my lifestyle. Because there's no sense in buying a bag that doesn't suit your lifestyle, and sometimes if you settle for the alternative, you might not be as happy. Of course, if money is an issue, then I still would rather continue to save up for the bag that I really want. Being as I have the bags that I do, I'm very satisfied, and so I think I would wait until I could find the one I wanted, or I would just save up for it. So hopefully that answers your question. Jules loves LV. Hi, my dear friend. She asks, I was going to ask the same thing. What's next on your wish list for 2017? Well, I answered that question, is the Chanel backpack and another pair of Valentino rock stud flats. Fashion Psych 2016 asks, hi Nettie, for my next big purchase, her birthday, ooh, happy birthday, she says, I'm stuck between buying a Chanel bag or a Cartier Boulogne blue watch. Not a Rolex fan. She goes, oops. I love both, but somehow my heart or head wants to get the watch first, but I really don't know. Oh my gosh, this is a really good question because it's one I've battled with as well. I would really like a Cartier watch, But and I almost pulled the trigger on one last year, but I just couldn't find the one that fit my wrist. I have a really small wrist, and I want a leather band. And now I'm sort of tossing up between another watch. So since I have the bags that I want, I think I would actually go for a watch versus a bag at this point in time. But I do have that Chanel backpack on my mind. It's a real toss-up. I constantly, I know this doesn't answer your question, but if the bag is a limited edition bag that you may want, get the bag, because the Cartier watches will always be there. However, the bag that you're looking for might not be there. And considering the prices are always going up, well, on both items, but the bags seem to be going up more than the watches. So I would say if your heart's really set on a specific bag, get the bag. But if if you really love the watch, get the watch. Plus, the watch you can use every single day, and you can see it every single day, and it's just a great reminder of something that you've worked hard for. So I hope that answers your question. Not a great help here. Oh man. The next question is from my dear friend Coco Supernova. We miss you here on YouTube, my dear. She says, "Do you miss me?" Yes, yes, yes. We miss you so much, and hope you return to us soon. But know that you're enjoying your time, and you're working hard. I know that. So, but we do miss you so much. Mimi Lynn 56 asks, "If you could only buy one more purse, which would you buy?" If I could only buy one more purse, I think I will hold out for getting a Kelly or a Birkin, and I would just put away my money and continue to save. If somebody said, you can only save up for one bag for the duration of your luxe buying, that's what I would do. Gibson 8351. Hi Debbie, my dear friend. What is the best part of your new job and the worst part, and why? Well, this is a really great question, and one I've been meaning to address, because I started a new job back in October, and I must let you know, I didn't like it. I knew about 2 weeks into the job that it just wasn't suited for me. The requirements that they needed for the job just required a more technical person than I was, and I struggled with it. I stayed with it for about almost 2 months, and I just found that it wasn't a good fit, and I addressed it with the manager, and we both came to a mutual agreement to part ways. He was going to try and move me over. I was in one position that I really wasn't suited for, and I was hoping to get a job in the same company in a different area, and they just didn't have the budget for it, so we just mutually agreed to part ways. And so I'm looking for another job now, and it's just, life happens, and you have to sort of know when to call it quits. And normally I would have waited until I had another job, but for myself and for my employer, I didn't think it was fair for me to stay in a job that I just wasn't doing well in, and it just didn't fit my MO. So yeah, we just parted ways, and now I'm looking for a new job. So it's good that that I put away enough money, and I always do, to make sure that I have funds for a rainy day. And that's one thing in this luxury community that I always do with stress, that even though we just love to buy our bags, and that money, if you have it, great, but always put away and pay yourself and put some money away for a rainy day, because you just never know in this economy what's going to happen, whether you get laid off or your company is acquired by another company and your job is no longer needed. So it's always good to have that slush fund, that rainy day fund put away to be able to support yourself when you don't have the luxury of having a job. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm at home, and right now I'm kind of loving it. So that answers your question, Debbie. Hope that does. Eva in the city. Hi, Eva. She asks, favorite pair of shoes? Oh, my favorite pair of shoes right now, I must say, are my Valentino rock studs. I love those the flat ones, and I've been getting a lot of use out of them, and they are getting more and more comfy every time I wear them because they are a leather. They're not the patent. So and they just look so beautiful with the gold and I have the dark navy blue, and they look great with jeans, and I just really am enjoying them. So those are my favorite pair of shoes right now. Schneckerdoodle9 asks, what do you think about the Celine medium box bag? Oh, I love the Celine medium box bag, and it's if I had unlimited funds, I would definitely have one in my collection. And it's just such a nice silhouette, and it's just very clean, and they have so many colors in it that I love that bag. So yes, I think it's a great bag, and it would be a great addition to any collection. And she asks another question. Do you think the YSL mini college bag is age appropriate for us? I think we're all about the same age. Yep. I love it, but I don't want to look like I'm in denial. When it comes to bags and age, I just think bags are ageless. And I love wearing my little Palm Springs mini, and one would say that may be too young. But you know what? I think even being an older woman, you can just rock any bag that you want, any bag that you feel comfortable with and you feel confident and that you love, you truly love. You can wear it with anything. And bags and shoes are ageless. You just gotta know how to style it, maybe, and think of how you're going to wear them. So, no, I think if you love the bag, go buy it and rock it. Wells Joy 4, what are your hobbies besides YouTube? My hobby is my big love and passion right now is yoga. And I love to play tennis. Bob and I love tennis. We like to go work out at the gym together a lot. Those are another, just hobbies that we like to do. Other hobbies I have, I'm a very physical person, so I love hobbies that challenge me physically. But I was thinking I'm going to get back into knitting. I used to knit a lot when my children were smaller, and I used to make little sweaters and little scarves and stuff like that. So recently I have been contemplating getting back into knitting. It's like maybe it's an age thing. I don't know, but I'm going to attempt to get back into that. So next question is from Premium Life. Asks, what is your opinion on fake bags and people who carry them? Would you make it known that it's fake if your friend or coworker is carrying one? This is a very touchy, I think, area. If a person buys a fake bag, they're just doing a disservice to the company itself. And but myself, I would never buy a fake bag. If I want to buy something that is similar, I'll go for a brand that maybe is less expensive, but it is a real leather bag, and that's what I would do. But I would never buy a fake. nor would I call a person out on it. Just because I'm not that confident that I am an expert in any brand that I could, really pinpoint it unless it was really, really obvious. And then still, I'm not in the business of, making people, feel bad about, maybe not being able to afford it, but yet they still want to carry a bag like it. And so I just think, live and let live. They want to carry a fake bag. It's none of my business or concern what they do. It doesn't affect me, and it's not hurting the world in the grand scheme of things. So, just kind of like turn a blind eye and just keep on going. That's what I would say. Bayera says, "Hi Nettie, what's your holiday party dress?" Oh, my holiday party dress. I have this dress that I've worn a couple of times, and fortunately I've been in different companies, so I can get away with wearing it to different parties. It's a dress that I bought at Holt Renfrew quite a few years ago, and it's a beautiful little black dress with beading all along the back, and it's kind of backless. And I just love that dress. Whenever I wear that dress, I feel like $1,000,000 in it. And so that's a dress I've worn several times, and I would say that is my party dress. LVCC82 asks, Nettie, are you a Birkin or Kelly girl? Have a great weekend. Oh, you too. Oh my gosh. I go back and forth. I love the Birkin. I love the Kelly. I love the Birkin. And, that is mainly the reason why I just don't think I can pull the trigger on that bag yet. Plus the fact that I'm still saving up for it. But I still, I constantly go back and forth on which one I like, because I love the idea of the double handle versus the single handle, but I love the crossbody strap on the Kelly. So it's like I go back and forth, and until I can actually get my head around that, I think I can't answer the question yet. Although I'm leaning more towards the Kelly. So if that says anything. So the next question is from Lady Loves LV. Hi, my dear friend. She asks, hi, Nettie. Merry Christmas to you and Bob. Merry Christmas to you, too. Can you share what you do during the Christmas break? Christmas Eve and Christmas Day are spent how? And then what holiday traditions do you have? Food, activities, gift, family? Thanks, Nettie. Well, since none of my family live here, and Bob only has one sibling, so what we normally do is, Bob has a little bit of a family gathering, and so we do that, and that's usually like a couple days before Christmas, and then, for Christmas Eve, we usually spend home together. If my children live far away in Canada, so it depends. If 1 year we go to British Columbia, 1 year we stay here. Last year we actually went to British Columbia, and so we spent it with my family. My family usually has Christmas dinner on New Year's Eve, and we celebrate it quite late into the night, and we open Christmas presents and stuff like that. That is like a Mexican tradition. But when I'm here, we just have a nice evening together, probably watch a couple of movies, and then open our gifts on Christmas Day. So it kind of depends where I am, or if I'm here in New Jersey, or if I'm home in Vancouver. That's that's what we do for Christmas. Hope that answered your question. Mary Chanel 316 asks, do you include any Mexican and Canadian traditions in your holiday festivities? Is it easy buying Christmas gifts for Bob, and then Merry Christmas to you and your lovely family. Thank you very much. Well, yes, we do incorporate Mexican traditions. Like I said, when I'm in Vancouver, we do a very traditional Mexican type of opening gifts on Christmas Eve, and then having dinner, prior to midnight. When I do Christmas here, we do celebrate some Christmas traditions, but mainly it's more of a Canadian-U.S. style, where we have our dinner on Christmas Day, and we have turkey and all that stuff. There was one tradition that is, I guess, is more celebrated in more of the Latin countries. We have the Three Wise Men Day, which is 12 days after Christmas. So I still do keep my tree up until that time, and when we were younger, we always used to put our shoes under the tree, and we would get money because of the Three Wise Men. And so I still do that today. I put my shoe under the tree on that last day for the 12th, and hopefully sometimes Bob puts money in it. So I still do that. The next question is Kelly Latier. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. She says, "Hi Nettie, I love your channel. Thank you very much. And you're such a lovely person." Oh, that's so sweet of you. I was wondering, what are your thoughts on the new 2-color of the limited edition of the Pichette Matisse? Okay, I have mixed feelings about this. It's just not, I don't like the reverse monogram. And I know I might get a lot of hate for that. It's not that I don't like it, it's just not for me. It may grow on me, but my initial is that I don't think I would buy it. I just like the traditional monogram. And so right now it's just not something that I would buy. It's just not something that I would have in my collection. But everybody's taste is different, and that's why we have so much variety out there, and it's great that we do. Hope that answers your question. Sorry if it's just not for me. So the last question is from Love Me Lux. She says, "Hello, my friend." Hello back, my friend. "I noticed you're into yoga and always look so calm and balanced." Thank you. Can you tell us how you got into it and what it's done for you? Thanks so much, sweetheart. Can't wait to see your video. Thank you very much. Well, I've always done I've always been active. And when I was younger, I was into gymnastics. And so always very flexible, and always thought I would be flexible. So, one day I was, just, fooling around and stretching, and realized that I had lost a lot of my flexibility. So, I started, thinking, oh, my gym offered yoga, and so I decided to, just take a yoga class once a week or so. And I started that way. And then I was doing a lot more running back then to stay in shape, and I hurt my knee, and so I went to physio, and my physiotherapist said, there's a lot, more ways that you can stay in shape versus running and beating down your body. So I started doing yoga more than once a week just to stay in shape, and just really loved it. And I try and do it as much as I can, and I even I stretch at home, and I do a little bit at home and practice, and I try and do as much as I can, just because it's a very it makes me happy. It fulfills that need to be very active, and it also is very balancing and very centering. I always feel very refreshed after I do a class, and so that's just to answer your question. That's how I got into it, and I just love it. And it also fulfills my need to challenge myself as well. I follow a lot of other yogis on Instagram, and always learn from them, and I'm constantly learning. And that's the one thing about yoga. It's not about really being perfect at it. It's just about getting down and doing it and doing the best you can. And I think there's a lot of connections and analogies you can make to life as well with yoga, just because it is all about just the journey to do better, get better. And so that's what I just like about yoga. And you always start with meditation and you always end with meditation, and so it just gives you that little time in your life that you can, put everything in perspective. So that's what I like about yoga. Anyways, that's it for all of the questions. I hope you enjoyed this video, and again, we are going to have those special Secret Santa YouTube unboxings on the 17th. So please, stay tuned for that, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.